Hi, and welcome to He Speaks with Kate. I am Kate Law, your host, and right across from me is Omar Duenas, and he's my in-studio audio engineer extraordinaire from Red Sky Recordings. Hello.
Hello, how
in
are
Santa
you?
Ana.
Yeah, from Santa Ana.
I love the studio, and so I don't forget, I want to give your website a plug.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It's www.redskyrecordings.com.
For any of your...
Yeah, if you're an artist,
Yes.
if you're a band, if you need some mixing done, if anything that has to do with music, production, podcasts,
Yeah.
like we're doing now.
And you've done this for years.
Yes, I have experience in radio,
Yes.
just like you.
Okay. This is our first show. This is the first episode. It's the flagship of He Speaks. And I guess I should probably tell people that are tuned in that He Speaks is talking about God. I read something very interesting the other day that said, okay, people who talk to God are religious, and that people who hear God are psychotic. And I thought, okay,
Yeah.
wow, what a way to start the show. The first topic today, Omar, is going to be seeking him first.
That's a good thought.
And I want to tell a story because this is for people that, like I said earlier, they're searching for encouragement and hope. And I probably should tell a little bit of the background, how that has not always been the case for me.
Okay.
I didn't want to go into the long litany of how many years I've been in broadcasting, but I have experience of with God and without God.
Right.
Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
But really how this came about was that my son this past summer in July, he got to go to Europe, 7 countries, with like an honor band. And that's also going to be another episode of how we came up with $6,000 for him to go. That's a wonderful God story. But today we're going to talk about how I was going through, for the last year or two, going through bookshelves, because I'm kind of a book hoarder.
Okay.
And that I would pack some up in a box thinking I'm going to take these and give them away to other people.
Yeah.
And I can only give away 3. And then the next week I'd buy 5. So I love books.
Now, did you read the books?
Yes. And I've read them more than once.
Okay. So
and I write and I kind of mark them up.
Sure.
So I really can't donate them.
Technically, not the best donation, but
right.
You can if you want to.
Well, I got rid of, like I said, my 3. And one of these books, this is so cool. I pull out and I go, wow, I've never seen this one. And it was from my son. He's 23 now, also in MuseSound supervisor. And it was from when he was 16.
Wow.
And it was, I don't know if you've ever heard of this author. He was big about 20, 25 years ago, but Henry Blackaby. And the book is called Experiencing God.
Wow. Okay.
It was a big seller. It was the #1 seller. It was real big in the Christian circles. And this one was the student edition and a 9-week course. And this is like gold for a mother reading it. It's like, he said, what? And,
right.
One of the questions were, I'm sorry, John, I'm embarrassing you. So halfway through the course, are you praying for your youth leader in your church? And my son goes, no. And I go, that's my John.
Right.
He's honest to the core. Anyway, he literally goes to Europe for 17 days. And this book is just sitting there like on the coffee table. And it's almost like, I don't know if you've ever seen it where something's like illuminated to you. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, it's
like
calling you, huh?
I'm going to read this. And I open it up and it was like, Kate, you've been walking with the Lord for 30 years and you've done women's Bible studies. My gosh, you've gone to Bible school for 2 years. You know some of those books pretty well. And it's like experiencing God. And I thought, you know what? I know what I'm going to do. I have 17 days where my son is going to be in Europe. And I don't have to cook for him. I don't have to be, Uber mom driving him all over. And I literally got out my journal. I write a lot. And I said, okay, God, you take these 17 days.
Right.
And you tell me, speak to me. I kind of really need to hear you.
Okay.
I was in a place where it's not a happy place.
Yeah.
My mom, elderly and with dementia and seeing her, but it's like I really protected my time. And so this is what happened is that I went through the 9-week course and I answered all the questions and I did it in 17 days.
Wow.
Kind of condensed. And so I know what you're going to ask me.
Mm,
You say, so Kate, at the end of this book, did you experience God?
right.
What did you learn? And 3 things. I learned 3 things.
Okay.
The first one was this is embarrassing to even say. He said, stop looking for a husband. Stop looking for a man, Kate. It's like, okay.
Mhm.
It's okay. Ask me how many dates I've had in 10 years.
How many dates have you had in 10 years?
5. I mean, I'm not a wild woman.
Sure.
I am not going out. I'm so it's like, oh, but he sees your heart.
Right.
You know, I do look at men's hands, by the way,
Okay.
and see that he's wearing a ring. And it's like a lot of men don't, by the way, that are married.
Yeah.
And if you're listening right now, put that thing on,
Mhm.
because
Okay.
guess what? I don't care if you're a plumber, put it on. Anyway, so okay, said the number one thing was, and I want to express to some people that are tuning in right now, they're like, you know, Kate, really, do you hear from God? Is it like
Mhm.
audible? And it's like, no, I'm just saying that it's impressed
Yeah.
on my heart. They said, let that one go. Just stop it. And the second thing I got out of the book and how I experienced him was, stop looking for a job.
Hmm.
And wasn't I just down at, you know, doing some work with you, trying to get my demo tape
Yeah,
together
yeah.
so I can get. In fact, I want to wrap around to that story. Do you think that's a good story?
I think that's a great story.
Really?
Yeah. I
And
think
do you think it'd be good right now?
it's definitely a very good origin story about why we're doing this.
Okay, tell you what, Mr. Producer.
Mm-hmm.
Do we slip it in now or do we wrap around? Because I mean, it is.
I
It
think-
is.
I think you should do it now because it is part of the point.
Because I bought it up.
Right. Yes.
Oh my gosh, you're so. See, this is why he's doing this. So, just a week ago, I come down to the studio. You and I have only met once before,
Yeah, that's right. We've only met
and
once.
we're Facebook friends.
Yeah.
So watch this. I give him my resume. He goes, Kate, you already know what you've done. I said, I know, but it's got my phone number and contact information on it.
Mhm.
So anyway, I just literally poured out my guts to you. And
You
I
did.
said, by the way, I'm on the clock right now. I know you're ready to record me. There's the news, there's the commercials. And I just said, I'm paying you just to listen to me. Did you kind of feel like a therapist?
I didn't feel like a therapist, but I did kind of feel that you wanted to tell me something.
Yeah.
So I you know, first I thought we're going to record,
Yeah.
and then you said, actually, listen to me for a little bit.
Okay.
And then I said, okay, I'll listen.
Okay. So this is what I did. I literally verbal vomit. Did you like that word picture? I just said, I'm old and fat and I've been on the radio for a long time and I'm a single mom. And even if I got a job in Minnesota or Oregon or Texas, I still got this teenager and I've got a dog boarding business. And it's just not that simple. My life is complicated. And it's
Right.
like, but I feel like I have this need to express myself and blah, blah, blah. And then you looked at me and you asked me a
Mhm.
question. Katie, do you want to be back? Do you really want to be back on the radio? Excuse me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I asked you what you wanted to do, and
Yeah.
did you want to be a voiceover person, or did you want to be a host of a show?
And I said, I don't really want to be back on the radio. Not at this juncture. I mean, if you're listening right now, have a show, I'll fill in.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said, Kate, why don't you do
A podcast.
a podcast?
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, bingo,
Mm-hmm.
because I actually don't like being told what to do. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we're working on it.
Yeah.
But but pushing buttons. Here's another song. I mean, I've been there, done that,
Mm-hmm.
and may still do that in the future. But I just feel like there was something else
Yeah.
that needed to come out. And you even used these words that was very interesting. You said passion project.
Mhm.
Kate, this will be your passion project. And so I agree. And so Omar, so that's my story about stop looking for a job.
Yeah.
So that was number 2. And then the third one was seek him. It was like, okay, if I'm not looking for a husband and I'm not looking for work, seek him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, I am seeking you. I have been seeking you. My life verse is seeking you.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to explain to some people right now what a life verse is, in case they don't know what a life verse
Yeah.
is. And do you have a life verse?
I don't actually. This is the first time I hear about a life verse.
Are you
So
kidding me?
not only are you telling everybody else, but you're also telling me.
This show is for you.
Yes.
So a life verse is like an anchor
Mm-hmm.
out of the Bible. You can have many go-to verses. You know, Psalm 23.
Yeah.
You know, you can have I can do all things through Christ.
Mhm.
You know, the ones that's like, you know, give me the desires of my heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
give me. But this was the one 30 years ago that just resonated. It just reverbed in my heart about Matthew 6:33 is, but seek first the kingdom of God
Mm-hmm.
and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. The paraphrase of that is, stop doing things your way, trust me, and I'll take care of you. So that is my life verse. And so seeking him is
That's a
part
good
of that.
verse.
You like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so no man, no job, life verse. Anyway, some people, this thought popped into my head earlier today about how, you know, he wants me all to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the song? I don't know the title of it, so if I start singing it,
Yeah.
you know, he is jealous for me.
Yep. I know that song. It's on the radio everywhere.
You know,
I've heard it.
I am
Mm-hmm.
something. He
I
is
think.
the tree.
Yeah. I think a well-known
Landing
artist,
beneath.
Crowder, something like
Yeah.
that. Yep.
So it's like he's jealous for me.
Mm-hmm.
And you, and it's like, and anyone listening, it's like he digs us, and it's like he wants us to get along with us because he wants to tell us stuff.
That's true.
And it's like, I love you, and I know you've had a hard time, but you're enough, and I got you. Okay, I know rent's due, but I got you covered. And yeah, you need to break up with that guy, but you know something, I got something better for you.
Yeah.
I mean, he just really wants to talk to us. So anyway, I wanted to mention that. So I was going to say that since this is our flagship show,
Mm-hmm.
is there anything that I've said so far that maybe not clear, or since it really was about seeking him and how while my son was away, he brought that book to me. He set me on this path.
Yeah.
And as soon as I literally, by the way, found out that I was just to let go, all of a sudden, little doors opened up like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't you think that's profound?
I think that's very profound.
In fact, thank you. You know something? Thank you. Thank you, Omar. I'm a big fan of professional counseling.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan. And if you're a believer, I recommend Christian counseling.
Yeah.
So I do wanted to first thank you, Omar, for your studio. And you will be the sponsor, Red Sky Recordings of Santa Ana. And
Yep.
that's Red Sky, www.redskyrecordings.com.
That's right.
And I'm Kate Law, your host. This is the first show of He Speaks with Kate. And I did have a final word, like I'll try and do every single time, of to the best of your ability, seek
Mhm.
him. And because he really does want to speak to you.